Hello, I'm Jan. I've been asked today to give you a feel for what's new on embroidery machines. What is on a higher quality one, on a more expensive one. So let's just talk and educate you and stay with me, and I think you'll understand it in about 10 minutes. Okay, so you might have watched me do demos on different machines, and I always talk about the hoop size. The hoop size determines your cost. It also determines your time it takes to make a project and how much cool stuff you can do in the project. So I want to talk about hoop size. I want to talk about how to design your own designs. I want to talk about how you're going to bring in a design and make it look like it was done on a long arm with a push of a button. I'm personally not great on a computer. Not that I can't do it. I have a limited amount of time and I want to sew. It's bottom line. You can buy a software program and use it on your embroidery machine or my embroidery machine or anything else, and you will come up with the most gorgeous stuff. I like to do it inside my machine. So it's just a push of a button, one step extra. So let's just talk. I'm talking about the Altair compared to Meridian. The Meridian is embroidery only. The Altair, can you see here, does sewing, embroidery, and IQ. On the Meridian, we can only do embroidery and IQ. Okay. I like the idea that you have a separate embroidery machine so that you can sew at the same time you're doing embroidery. That's a fabulous idea. However, the Altair does have some features on the sewing only that isn't on your current machine or many of the current machines out front. There's a laser. It sews sideways. It does all sorts of things with the big hoop. Look at the big opening I have when I want to do my free motion, when I want to do my work. So there's many advantages to go to the Altair. There's also many advantages to stay with the Meridian. I want to tell you the top features of the embroidery first, and then we'll go back to the sewing portion. So what I like the most is that I can go into embroidery and look how many designs I got in. You might have heard me before. The amount of designs that are in the machine mean absolutely nothing. It's a bonus, but it means nothing because there are so many embroidery designs online. So yes, you want them inside the machine, but you're going to buy your own anyways. So let's just go to a botanical. Some of my favorite stuff is in here. And I want to choose this design right here. I want to show you what the difference of one of these machines is compared to yours, maybe. Okay, so I bring up a design. I can bring up any design I want to. So you could bring up something you bought on Etsy. You could bring up something you designed on your own. You could bring up anything in the machine. I'm going to go into my edit field, and I'm going to, within 2 seconds, I can tell it to do an applique around that design. How many times have you wanted to make a patch? How many times have you wanted to, on a toddler onesie, to be able to do a little bear, but didn't want the stitching all the way through? We're going to do it as an applique. Push a button, do the embroidery on a soft fabric, and then applique it on. The only thing that comes through is the applique. Cool, cool, cool. I can change the distance of it. But what I want you to notice is, do you see how the design went around? See, it followed the design pack. All right, the design you're using, it isn't just going around and doing a circle. It's cool. You can always do a circle. You can always do it easier. Okay, so let's delete that. All right, let me go into here. I'm just picking anything randomly. Okay, let's go here. These are, oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's good enough. I'm going to set the design. I'm going to go into edit. This is my most favorite thing on the machine, is that I can push stippling, and in 2 seconds, I stipple around it. That's cool. Now I can go in and change the distance. How many of you embroidered on different things on a lightweight cotton to be able to make a tote bag and it puckered all over you? Never is it ever going to pucker when I can do the stippling. Because what's that doing is stabilizing the base so that there's no puckers that can come on. I can push a button and it will echo, which means do a straight stitch, do a straight stitch, do a straight stitch. I'll show you in a second. These things, the reason why I like them so much, here you go, watch, 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 watch. Look at the echoing. Now look how it went around the V's of the design. It didn't just do it around the design, it went around it. And of course, I can that quickly change the spacing and change it to anything I want. Preview it. Get it? That's cool. What we're doing a lot now with such a big hoop is creating our own placemats, creating our own tote bags. We are into these purses that people are going crazy with around here. They're by Annie or Sally Tomato, one or the other. They're very, very classy, and we're using foam with it. And we're embroidering and quilting and using the echo or the stippling around it. It adds so much to the purse. We'll do videos on it. Just wait. Okay. There are panels so that you got a square. It's a placemat. Do you know that all I did was push a button and let it do the quilting for me? And you can't tell me that that's not gorgeous. And how easy that you can see that stitching in the machine. Now, I get excited, so I'm going to slow down and go backwards a little bit. Let's go back into embroidery. Something different that you may or may not have. We'll just go into Kids Corner. Now, I'm only doing kids because we know we're all in love with kids, but I just want a little tiny design. I'm going to hope he is one. Okay, set. I wanted something that would show up. Okay, another one of my favorite things is I can make a big hoop design by duplicating a small design lots of times. So one of my favorite things is this button right here. And now I'm doing it with a penguin to give you an idea, but can you see? Do you see what I'm doing? I can put them wherever I want to. I can enlarge them, I can size them, I can do whatever I want to with them. The point is that look what I created. I did it with penguins so you could see on screen a little bit better than a line art. But you can do anything at all you want to. I have a group that just did a purse, a tote bag, okay? And we did it square by square. But guess what? We drew each one of they wrote their grandkids' names all the way in each square. I'll do it in a second. I'll show you. I get too excited. Okay, so let's slow down a second. Let's decide that I want that penguin bigger. On most embroidery machines, when you go into size, you can go up 20% or down 20%. Not me. I can push this button. And the one that's lit for me to do, it's highlighted. I can bring it over. I will now size to whatever dimension I want. Do you get it? So I can go up 200%, down 200%. I can take a tiny design and make it large. I can make a large design tiny. It's taking out the stitches. It's like a software program for changing the stitch count. But I can do it in my machine. for me, it's much, much easier in the machine than having to go to a computer and do it on a software program. I like it because it's affordable. I like it because it's easy, and it's about $100 a month. So it's not anything outside. If you've already had an embroidery machine, it's going to be cool. Okay. So I can resize, I can do anything with my lettering, I can make a big T, a small T, and do regular lettering. I can change anything I want to be able to do, okay? Now what I want to do, well, first, why do you want a big hoop? Let's talk that. So you might have seen Everett's cottage. Oh, I'm making a mess here. Bear with me. Okay. Everett's cottage is an OESD design. And this is all one square right here. And you change the color on this design probably 12 times to do this little square. With me? Now, if you can see this, it is the most gorgeous thing out there. And it's all thread. Yeah, it's all embroidered and it's all thread. Now, what do? I have a big hoop. I can put 6 of those in my hoop. And I can do a color sort in my machine that will do all the green here. It'll be 6 different squares like this. But you'll do the green, then you'll do the green, then you'll do the green, then you'll do the green, green, then yellow, yellow, yellow. With this hoop, because it's so large, I don't have to change colors 16 times per square. I'm going to change it 16 times and get 6 squares done. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Okay, that is what we want to teach you. Now, I do have all the usage classes available to teach these things for you. This is another one. I think this is probably a Hoop Sisters. Can you see the squares being sewn here? They are an 8-inch square. How pretty is that? But when I get to the 4-inch borders, I can do more than one at one time. It's all embroidery. If I could open this up and show you, I think you know how gorgeous it is. These are embroidery machines. And I would tell you that that's the reason why you want a separate embroidery machine if you can kick a dresser out or something out where you can have an embroidery machine and a sewing machine at the same time. When you do work like this, it takes hours. So what? You're sitting there sewing at the same time, which you're already taking hours doing. That's the advantage of buying embroidery only. So just with me a little bit more. Okay. I got so many things to show you, I don't know what to show you first. I guess I'll get you involved in a large hoop. But do you see how I have a quilt design behind here that goes all around my lettering? Guess what? Any design I want, I don't just have to put stippling around it. I got lots of quilt designs to go around it. Let's take a look. I'm going to go now into a function called IQ Designer. This is something that when you buy a machine from us, I really want to shove it down your throat because it is the coolest thing. But I know that sometimes we buy things like my phone and I don't do half of what I'm supposed to be doing on it. My remotes, you got so much time, you do what you want to do. This is so damn cool. You want to master it. So it's easy too, if you'll give it the little bit of time. I got you covered. I got all kinds of teaching for you. Okay, here's your IQ Designer. Now, what that means is I can go in and I'm going to just go into shapes. Give me a sec and I'll show you how cool it is. I'm going to just bring up a shape of this flower right here. Say okay. And there's the flower. I can size it. You all know how to size down, size whatever. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in. And for the sake of quickness, I'm going to go bring this one back up and say okay. Okay. I want to digitize. Now I did my grandson's school logo. We did the Cleveland ballparks. We did the Cleveland Browns. You want a basketball. You want a high school team. You're just going to go to line art. Catholic school, Strongsville Elementary, whatever you want. Any design. I just did bluey, cocoa melon, whatever you want. You're going to go line art. What will come up is a coloring book picture. This will come up on your phone. Through an app, you will download it to your sewing machine right here. Then you're going to follow, like I'm going to show you right now, how to fill it in and make it all this stitching, and then really blow your mind when I show you how I quilted around it. It's going to be about 3 minutes. It's that easy. And you can do anything you want to. Now, you want to impress your children and your grandchildren? This is the cool stuff you're able to do. So whether you're starting a business or just having fun, this is it. Okay, so you can see, I hope, that I got my little flower up there. So now I'm going to go into the piece of notebook paper. And I'm going to say I want it to satin stitch. That's this, okay. I want it to be yellow. I want to say okay, and I have to go to the filling can and tell it to stitch. I just did it. It's going to do all the yellow for me. I'm done. So now I want to go back. I want to do around the flower, so I'm just going to choose this color, and I'm going to say okay, and I go to the filling can again. And you can use a stylist. It's a little easier than my finger, but I'm trying to let it be shown on screen well. Look at that. How damn cool is that? That fast. Okay, now this is the greatest. I'm going to go into my screen. Remember I showed you stippling a while ago? Now I want to go into here. So guess what? Now I got all these fills that I can take any fill I want, say okay, pick what color I want, or something to show up. Say okay. With my filling can, remember? I just told it to quilt it. I just told it that fast to do this for me in my embroidery. Sweet, huh? Yeah. It's sweet. It's gorgeous. It's perfected. It's simple. That's what the IQ designer does for you. To do some more advanced things, do you remember the picture of Everett's garden? I can push a button and I can color sort it to do all the green first, all the red first, all the yellow first. Greatest feature you want. We can now go into embroidery and we can do yarn embroidery. It looks like crewel. When I get you doing it, we'll be including yarn embroidery with the quilting stitches. See how it's stippled around it? Creating your whole bag all in one. Fun, easy, simple. Let's say you did your embroidery or it was something that there was a teddy bear on here in print that you bought. But you wanted the name Stephanie to go right in it. I'm going to be able to write up my word Stephanie, bring it in through my app, and go like this and tell it exactly where I want it. We will teach you how to bring it and put in it right here. As close as you want it, as perfect to that pocket, right on that collar, wherever you want your embroidery will become a cinch. That's what you're getting when you go in to the fun stuff we're doing. A bigger hoop allows bigger embroidery. Can you see how the purse was done, but you see it's got front and back to it? That's really pretty, isn't it? The whole thing in one hooping. Let me tell you, you give this little baby here as a gift, they're amazed. And it's very simple for you to do, done within an hour. I want to show you this yarn embroidery just because that's what we can do now. So do you know on varsity jackets and things, you can work with the yarn? How cool is that? It's all embroidered. It's following it. But these machines can go with this yarn. It's very simple. No harder than doing any other embroidery. It's the technology inside. It's awesome. All right. Now my favorite thing that we've ever created on an embroidery machine is called thread painting. Now watch this. This will be on the Sew It Online soon for you folks that are members. Now what that means is that we have tons of classes. Okay, this is a picture of Stephanie's flower in her backyard. In our classes, we allowed anybody to bring in any picture they wanted. We put it through the Moda printer, another story, another day, and printed out the fabric. Now that's a pretty cool thing right there, but that's again another day. We then wanted to thread paint it. So we took this through my app on my telephone and sent it to the machine. Okay? Now I'm going to tell it to take a straight stitch, and I'm going to decide first what's the furthest thing back. So we did the brown. And we went up on our screen and we just drew a straight stitch wherever we wanted the brown. Clicked brown. Went up with another color, clicked it, and told it where to do the green, and then told it where to do the purple, and then the last was the gold. How fun is that? If you could see the classiness of this project right here, which you can do on anything from a teddy bear on your quilt to anything you want to, a historical home. One of my gals did her home because it was a historical home. And I guess it was for her grandparents to her, and she did her house. Gorgeous. So just cool stuff you can do. What I like about it is it's easy, easy, easy. I hope I've kind of explained how easy it is and showed you. I can tell you I could be here for 2 hours more. I can explain to you more if need be that you want more information on it if you just call. And we can talk and FaceTime and show you more. Now, I gave you a synopsis of what the IQ Designer is about. I'm also telling you $100 a month. So it's not out of your mind, out of your range, maybe. Okay, now let's go to the Altair and let me explain the difference between the Altair and the Meridian. Couple $1,000. So, but the Altair is a full sewing machine. And how sweet is that? Now, it'll blow your mind. Okay, so my embroidery unit's put aside now. I have to put this foot on rather than embroidery foot. But I'm just going to go over a few things for 2 minutes just to show you some things that are new on sewing machines. You might have seen me show you how to thread them, how to put the bobbin in, how cool it is, how you never have to bring the bobbin thread up. If you haven't, there's videos I'll be glad to show you. I'm going on a little bit more advanced right now. I'm only on the sewing. One of the things that's very cool to look at is I can tell it to reverse, I can tell it to lift its presser foot, I can tell it to cut, and got a laser. I can tell it to do all of that. So every time you come down to an edge, you reverse, you go back, it lifts the presser foot up, ready to sew the next thing. You get so spoiled, you won't even know what happened to you. You want to do free motion? you're going to push button. That will set up your machine like that for free motion. Change your foot is all you do, and you're ready to go. You got a laser. So when you're sewing, let's see what I can do. Let's try. I want to see if this shows up on screen for you. Can you see the laser? Oh yeah, how sweet is that? You want to go up against an edge? Let's try this. You want to go up right against that edge and you want to sew perfectly straight? Guess what? You aren't going to go off. You can also take it and adjust it wherever you want it to be. So there's sometimes I use my edge of my foot or edge of this over here, but I want to sew a 1/2 inch over. Yeah, cool, does it for me. Now, it will also give me multiple lines. So I can adjust that wherever I want to go, see? For whatever stitching you want to do. When you go to different stitches, you're just pushing them and it's going to set everything up for you. That's cool. One of the other greatest things that is on sewing machines now is this feature here. What it is it's called directional sewing. What you're going to do, what the machine will do is sew your big quilt sideways. Yeah, sideways. So I can go this way, I can go this way, I can go this way, and I can go back that way. Imagine a rag quilt. You want to go across, do you want to come down, you want to go across, do you want to go back up? All I have to do is to go to directional feed. It's very obvious that if I want to go up that way, you're going to push 501. Can you see? And if I want to just go sideways, that's the coolest thing. There's been times you've had a pant leg in your open arm and you're wanting to go around a patch. What a bear. Not anymore. You're done. Cool. Sideways sewing is wonderful. What it's also capable of doing, you can do a heart here, tell it to come on down here, do another heart, come on down here, write a name, come on down here, do a heart, come on down here. I told the machine to stitch this way and then do 20 stitches that way and then 20 stitches this way. Well, what do you think? That's cool. What about down your 4-inch bindings, 4-inch borders? How cool is that? As well as just say you have a big quilt and all you want to do is to go around the squares. Now your machine will keep your fabric flat and go this way, this way, this way, and this way. So it has the extra big opening, do you see, than what a normal sewing machine does. An Altair 2 is a couple thousand more than what a Meridian is. You may have a very good sewing machine you're happy with. You may only need embroidery. Maybe you're just, what you want is the embroidery to be able to do with it. You're saving some money. Do what's best for you, but get involved with what's out here. It's absolutely amazing of what I remember 20, 30 years ago, and I'm in my 52nd year, but 30 years ago that we were so excited about a sewing machine doing, and then I see these things work. And even at my age, they're very, very, very simple to use, but of course, anybody at any age are taking them and doing just fabulous work, and that's what's exciting. You got any questions, you need any help, I'm here for you. I can get back with you if you just be patient enough for letting me return the call. I'll be glad to help you. We got a whole team here that can help you. We teach everything. You're not left alone. You're going to have something that we can get you to learn more and more and more and more at. You'll be thrilled. But you know what? You're going to be so proud of everything you made. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe so you won't miss future tutorials. For more help, visit sewitonline.com. Join our little community and keep making beautiful things. Bye for now. Happy sewing.